Now, the human life is enjoying many comforts, and the entire society has been subjected to sophistication. All these are because of the boon given by science. Is it not? Are you not enjoying ACs? Are you not enjoying some machineries like what I mean to say, computers, cells, grinders, mixers, everything, what not? We have been enjoying many things. The world has been sophisticated. Comforts have been at our doorsteps. All, all these are because of the science only. And physics is one part of that science. Now we are going to deal in, where we have been observing many things in our daily life, like electricity, magnetism, everything. If you take the concept of electricity in our day-to-day life, what not, everything is connected to electricity. Air conditioners, air coolers, fans, lights, what not, even this online classes, what not, everything is linked up, and everything is depending on the concept of electricity. So I am very happy to start our physics curriculum with the concept of electricity. Okay friends, now what is electricity? So it is a form of electrical energy. It is a form of energy. How the energy is created? You know very well. Energy is neither be created nor be destroyed. So one sort of energy is being converted. Okay. So before going deep into the subject, let us start some concepts that you are dealing with the chapter electricity. Some concepts are electrical charge, electric charge, next concept, what is current, next concept, potential, potential difference, all these things, all these words, all these concepts we're going to learn in this chapter. In general, we talk electrical charge, current, everything as electricity. So there is a general notion. We deem all the things are, we notate them in the same manner. But while we are discussing in physics, every word has its own meaning. Okay. So what is electrical charge? What is current? What is potential and what is potential difference? One by one, we'll learn. Okay. So first we learn about electrical charge or electric charge. Before going to that term in deep, you know very well all the objects here in the universe are made up of tiny particles that we call them as atom. You know atom, it is only the tiny particle with which objects are made up of. Actually, how atom is made up of? If it is an atom, okay, an atom is consisting of center is called nucleus. Okay, in nucleus there are positive particles called protons, which represent positive charge, and some more particles are there, they are called neutrons, having no charge. So in physics we don't deal with this because it doesn't carry any weight because there is no charge at all. In chemistry you deal them. But in physics, neutrons playing no role to discuss. Okay, so we are deeming protons are situated at center, nucleus. And other particles are also there. What we call them as electrons. These electrons move around the nucleus in different orbits. Orbit means these are the roadways. These are the paths to move, to make the electron to move. So electron is moving in a particular path. That road, path is nothing but that road. That road is called path. That path is called orbit. So electrons are moving in particular direction and moving in particular orbit around the nucleus, like the small particles I represent. Okay. It is very interesting that every atom, any atom you take as it is having no charge. Why? Any atom you take from an object, unless and until it is disturbed, it is in neutral state. The atom doesn't carry any charge. But you are saying in center there are positive particles called protons. Around nucleus some electrons also revolving, negative charge, which are negative electrons. They are negative charge. Some negatively charged particles are moving around the nucleus and some positive charges are there in the nucleus. So we are discussing about charges in atom, but we are saying still in the normal position atom is neutral. Why? Because any atom is carrying equal number of protons and equal number of electrons. Whatever the number the nucleus is carrying in the center, the positive charge is equal to the negative charge that is revolving in the orbits. The number of electrons is equal to number of protons. Because plus and minus are equal, the atom is neutral. Is the concept is clear? Atom is always in neutral state because it is equally carrying positively charged particles as well as negatively charged particles. Is it right? Then, how the atom is attaining electricity? So how we are getting electricity? So if you see the structure of the atom, it is clearly we are getting, maybe is it visible? You see in the center positive particles are compacted in nucleus. Positive particles are compacted in nucleus, whereas the negative particles, which we call in electrons, are freely moving around the orbits. This positive charge and this negative charge have, what is the effect with positive and negative? Always they attract. The positive charge and negative charge, opposite charges always attract. That is the property of the charge. Okay. This positive particles have an impact over electrons moving around them. Always they do attract them. But when you see to the outer orbits, they are moving more freely than the inner orbits. You understand the concept? The electrons in the inner orbits are moving less freely when compared to outer orbits. In outer orbits, electrons are moving very freely. They are having, when compared to inner orbit electrons, they are having less attractive forces from the center. So they are free enough. They are free enough to jump to other way, to jump to other particle. Like that, you see one situation. You are accompanied by your parents. How you sit? You sit like this. Is it not? If you are besides your teacher, if you are beside your teacher or parent, how you behave? You behave very obediently. You stick on to one bench, you stick on to one chair or something else. But if you see that position where you are only in the room, no teacher is being accompanied, your parents are not there, how you behave? You behave like a free bird. You jump here, you jump there. Is it not? In the same way, the electrons which are moving at the outside of the orbit, outer orbits, which are moving in outer orbits, okay, are having very freedom. They want to jump to another atom. They are in a free position. This tendency will create the charge. How this charge is created, just we will know. This is one object having electrons and protons as well, and this is another object having electrons and protons. That is as it is. Here you see, in these material, electrons are so free that they want to jump to other objects. Then these electrons are moving here to this atom to this atom. Okay, when electrons are moving from this atom to this atom, means he is a donor, one who is giving. You are giving 10 rupees to your friend. Then what happens? You become the donor and he is the receiver. Obviously, if I give 10 rupees to my worker, I am the donor, he is the receiver. So when electrons are being passed from atom A to atom B, here there is loss of electrons and here there is increase in the number of electrons. The atom which donates the electrons, the atom which donates the electron to other atom, this is called positive charged atom or body, whatever you call, positively charged atom. And this is called negatively charged atom or body. You see, this atom or this object is giving electrons to this object. So the receiver, when you are donating, you are at the high platform. When somebody is receiving, his hands will be in lower stage and your hands will be in upper stage. The one who is donating, he is in the high position. One who is receiving, he is in the down position. So one who is donating, he is having high potentiality. One who is receiving, he is having low potentiality. Is it not common sense? You learn the things from things happening in our life. If a rich person is donating money to a beggar, the donor is always at high potential, high end, and receiver is always at lower end. In the same way, the electrons are being transferred, and this particular object is donating electrons to this particular object. Then by donating the electrons, this is becoming positive. Donating the minus, what happens? Donating the minus becomes positive. You are losing minus. That makes you positive. You are receiving more electrons. Here, you are becoming more negative. So this object is becoming positive and this object is becoming negative. Is it clear? You understand my concept? It is only the transfer of electrons that makes the ions. The neutral atom is becoming ion. Ion means charged body, charged atom. The atom which loses electrons is called positive ion. The atom which receives those electrons, negative ion. So, two neutral atoms are becoming two ions, means charged bodies. In this way, the charge is just transferred from one content to another content. So, how the charge is moving from one body to another body? If you take a practical example, if you take a glass rod like this and you rub the glass rod with silk cloth, this is a silk cloth, this is a glass rod. If you rub the glass rod with silk cloth, then what happens? What would be there? Friction is there. If any two bodies are in contact with each other, they undergo the frictional force. In the opposite direction, they move. These are things we learnt in 9th class. Here what happens? If you rub the glass rod with a silk cloth, the electrons move from glass rod to silk cloth. Okay? The electrons move from glass rod to silk cloth. So glass rod is losing electrons. Okay? And silk cloth is gaining the electrons. I already told you, the gainer of electrons. What happens? You are inviting the negative charge, so that is becoming negative. You are losing the electrons, you are becoming positive. Okay? So the glass rod is losing the electrons. So the glass rod is becoming positive. Understand? Why it is attaining positive charge? And the silk cloth is gaining the electrons, because gaining the negative charge. Gaining the negative charge is nothing but negative charge. Silk cloth is becoming negative charge body. Okay? In this way, the flow of electrons that determines the charge, particular, positive or negative. From which article, from which atom the electrons are going off, from which object or which atom is donating electrons, this will become positive and the receiver will become negative. In this way, we discussed about charge. How negative charge will be formed, how positive charge will be formed, like this. And there are some properties are there for the charges. What are they? The first one. Which charges attract each other? Always in the universe. Always in the universe. Opposite charge attracts. Negative and same charges repel. Okay? Opposite charges, I will say up here, opposite charges attract each other. Attract. And second thing, so there would be an attraction between positive and negative. Opposite charges will attract. And similar charges, same charges, that means one positive and one positive. Same, this is also positive, this is also positive. They don't attract, they just repel. There is a repulsion. Okay? So, similar charges. What is the second property? Similar charges repel. Minus charge and minus charge repel, plus charge and plus charge repel. Here positive charge and negative charge attract, negative charge and positive charge attract. So what are the properties of charge? Charge means only two properties with them. Similar charges will repel and opposite charges will get attracted with each other. Okay. And one more thing I would like to tell about the charge. For kg, for weight, what we take the measurement kilogram. In kilograms, we'll say the weight. Likewise, the charge also can be measured in some units. The measuring word or that is called coulomb. We measure the charge with coulomb. Like the height will be measured in meters. The weight will be measured in kgs. In the same way, charge also can be measured in a term called coulomb. So what we call it as measurement of charge. By coulomb. By coulomb. It was named by the scientist who has discovered the concept of charge. Okay. So coulomb is the measurement. Is the unit we are using to measure the charges. So what is the value of 1 coulomb? The value of 1 coulomb is equal to, here can I write here? The value of 1 coulomb, 1C, is equal to, is it visible right from here? 6.25 into 10 to the power of 19 electrons charge. What does it mean? 1 coulomb is equal to 6.25 into 10 to the power of 19 electrons, not electrons. It is not the number of electrons. The charge 6.25 into 10 to the power of 19 electrons. How much charge they contain? The same charge is equal to 1 coulomb. I am not telling that it is number of electrons. It is not the number of electrons. This much number of electrons, how much charge they carry. So, after completing this concept of charge, we'll end this session here. Tomorrow we'll discuss the remaining things. If you like this video, click on to like button and please share to all of your friends and subscribe our channel, and please pass your comments also. Thank you.